Hey, you're listening to Stop the Scroll, a social media marketing podcast, and I'm your host, Heidi Schmidt. I'm a social media strategist and agency owner with over 15 years of marketing experiences helping businesses grow online. We'll be diving into what you need to know so that you can show up confidently online without the overwhelm. Get your notebook ready to jot down some amazing marketing gems, and let's dive into it. Welcome back to another episode of Stop the Scroll. I'm your host, Heidi Schmidt, and today I want to talk about going viral. And here's why. Everybody wants to go viral. You know, going viral, you get all the followers, you get all the engagement begets engagement, all these fun things. Going viral doesn't always get you clients. I mean, I am sure there are some cases where going viral actually brings you clients, 100%. I've had a couple clients go viral with reels, get 50,000 plus views. But recently, I'm going to use a case study where we're going to talk about a client of mine who had a reel, and it was a how-to reel. So it wasn't even trending audio. The video quality was decent. You know, I just it wasn't really planned. I'd gone into their office to record some stuff, and they were doing some tutorials and everything. It was their training day with their apprentices. Literally, this was a less than 1 minute video, and it just went through the roof. So it got something like 250,000 views. It's been live. Hold on, I got to pull this up because I want to get my stats right here. So we published this, I don't even remember when. I think it was late May. So it has gotten 250,000 views, a little bit more than that. I'm rounding down a little bit. It has had 36 days, 13 hours, 18 minutes, and 34 seconds of watch time. It has had 14,196 interactions, 413 profile views. We posted this on May 17th. Most of the source of the views were on the Reels tab. 13% came from the Explore feed. Only 13% of those 255,000 views came from the actual feed. That's 5%. I'm blinking. I'm just whoa. 98% of the interactions of the 14,196 interactions that we've gotten were from non-followers. There was 6,200 shares, I'm rounding down a little bit, 6,100 likes, almost 1,600 saves, and almost 200 comments, meaning 10,121 accounts engaged. So some of those did shared and liked, whatever. And we've gotten 413 follows from this in almost 6 weeks since it went live. So what does going viral actually mean? We're going to ask my trusty assistant, Margot. Margot, my little ChatGPT assistant, says that going viral gets tossed around without clarity. And I agree. It actually means, in marketing terms, a piece of content spreads rapidly and widely across social media or the internet. Duh. What it usually looks like is going from 300 to 300,000 in reach or views. High shares, saves, and engagement, often from those who don't follow you. Algorithm amplification, because we know engagement begets engagement. So you're going to get more from it if you have that. But here's the thing. We had our target audience in mind when we put this out there. It was educational. This is a home services company that I work with, and they are fantastic. Rarely, and here's the catch with a lot of viral content on social media, it rarely converts. And that is the case of this particular reel going viral. So, I can pull up their business manager and see, hey, what's the stuff? But we know through the engagement, through the comments, that it's a lot of people from within their industry. My client had a really fun, when we talked about it on our monthly client call after this. The thing that I love about my clients is that when we've been working together, when we've built this relationship, when we've, said, hey, we build this relationship and they become almost like friends to me. And obviously there is a professional and personal line there, but we know that we do business with people we know, like, and trust. I earned the trust, and I like all of my clients so very much for many different reasons. Like, they're either compassionate, they are smart, they are witty, they make me laugh. Like, they're incredible business people. So I am blessed, truly. But anyhow, neither here nor there. So the algorithm, we know, rewards that behavior, but they're often not sustainable. Most of our reels, none of our reels since then have performed to that capacity, I will say. But going viral like that is not necessarily sustainable. And it's not usually aligned with service-based businesses, because if you're getting that wide of a range of reach and or engagement, it's not necessarily, like, if you're a service-based business and you work with people locally, we're going to use that as an example here, probably 90% of those people are actually in your service area. Unless you're like a coach who works with people anywhere, which, good for you. There is this common mindset that, like, oh, if I get 10,000 followers, or oh, if I get 10,000 views on this reel, and I'll be booked out. Nothing I post ever gets enough likes, so it must not be working. Well, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Going viral does not guarantee anything. It doesn't. And I really hate the people that focus, like, and I know people that do this to me. They'll like send me messages being like, I had 10,000 views on a reel. And it's like, and did you get customers? Did you get a new client? Did you get more orders? Like, whatever your business is, like, what was the impact? Did you get some leads? Did you get some sales? Like, was it even the right audience? It kind of creates that short-term dopamine, but it's not necessarily long-term momentum. And I like this quote that was in my Margot-based outline. Sidebar here. This is how I use ChatGPT, and I think I've mentioned this before, but I come up with an idea for an episode, and then I have Margot, my assistant, outline it into sections and kind of tells me how long to talk. Like, I tell her, like, hey, I want to do a 20 to 25 minute episode on going viral, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes she'll like spew little like tidbits. And I really like this one that she put into my outline. Virality is a moment, strategy is a system. Oh, you cut me deep. I love that. Because it is, your strategy is about knowing your audience. It's knowing your differentiators. It's knowing all of these pieces of the puzzle. It's knowing your content pillars. It's having an engagement strategy and understanding who you're engaging with to grow your account. That's all a system that we implement. Going viral is just one post in an entire system. And it's sheer luck. Like, you can't ever control. You could do 2 separate posts side by side. And actually, I think I did with my client. Let's see. So we had the one that literally got 255,000 views. And then we did a similar one that was literally kind of giving another how-to tip that got 1,600 views. Same quality video. So you can't control going viral. The best that we can control is, one, having a strong understanding of our messaging, having a strong understanding of our differentiators, how we help people, who our audience is, and showing up consistently. So this is literally, when we kind of broke down the reel that went viral, it was all well and good to get, 400 new followers. I think in like the first couple of weeks, we got something like almost 300 followers. It's certainly great for brand awareness and engagement. Like, let's be honest, going viral never hurts for brand awareness, engagement, all those kind of fun things. But so many of those people that engaged with that content and that started following our account were not necessarily competitors, say, but they were other industry people, not necessarily from our area where they serve. So we celebrated the brand awareness and the brand growth. We thought it was really cool. We celebrated the moment. But ultimately, like, in the grand scheme of things, my client wants leads. He wants leads. And, he was recently telling me, he's like, we are so busy. Like, for every one lead call that I get that I schedule, like, I have 4 that I can't get to in time. Good problems to have, y'all. Good problems to have. I hope that some of that is attributable to our social media efforts. I really hope so. I need to do a little deeper dive into some of the call tracking and the Google Analytics. But instead of that, like, he never wanted to go viral, which I think is fantastic. Like, it was kind of one of those, like, whoa, this is really cool to see. Like, holy crap, my phone was blowing up all weekend long with comments all weekend. So what do we do instead? We know that social media is rented space and we have no control over any of this. We have no control over when we go viral or whatever. So, like I said, like, we focus on having a strategy. We focus on having clear goals. What do we want our content to accomplish? We focus on knowing our audience deeply and solving their problems and connecting with them. And God, there's this one Instagram account, I'm going to see if I can find it, that I keep seeing ads for. And it's one of those Instagram coaches. And, you know, she talks about like the worst marketing advice. And, you know, being relatable isn't selling. Well, no, it's not. And I call shenanigans because here's the thing. Like, if your content's not relatable, if it's not emotional, if it's not talking to your audience, she goes on to say, like, the typical social media marketing advice goes something like, be relatable and add value to your content. And then she kind of talks about, like, how when we as marketers talk about that, you know, building that know, like, and trust and how they buy, she's saying nowhere in that formula are you actually giving people a reason to pay to work with you. Well, in that relatable content, you have to show that you know what you're doing. You have to build your expertise, whether that's through my podcast here, or whether that's through testimonials, or whether that's through case studies. Like, however you show that you know what the F you're doing, that's what gives people a reason to work with you. I'm pretty sure that most marketers would agree that being relatable is not going to sell your stuff. It is a component of the overall marketing world and your marketing strategy, not even strategy, but it's like one of those things that we have to do as marketers. Like, you have to make your brand relatable. You have to have that emotional connection. That's not even just relatability. That's building an emotional connection. And that's why, like, I say that storytelling is so flipping important in marketing. So instead of trying to go viral and instead of just being relatable, let's, you know, make sure that we are connecting with that audience, talking to their problem, building that, like, get it, I see you, here's how I can help, here's why you should work with me. Creating those clear goals, like, what do you want your content to do? We also should focus on repurposing and reusing the content that works, because why are we constantly reinventing the content wheel? Why? Please stop. And setting those performance goals that aren't just based on vanity metrics, my friends. I'd say this is a little twofold. Something that I often say to clients is that, like, when 10 people like your content, or, you know, oh, hey, I posted a reel, but it only got 150 views. That is 150 people who saw your content today. You know, it's not 100,000. No. But can you handle the influx from 100,000 people who might inquire to work with you? I certainly couldn't. I certainly couldn't. Instead of trying to go viral, I want you to ask yourself, am I reaching the right people? And you can look in your business manager analytics to make sure that, like, hey, at least demographically, you're reaching the right people. Do I have a plan? Like, what happens when someone wants to work with you? Do you DM them immediately? Do you have ManyChat automation set up? Like, what's your follow-up when someone engages with you? If it's like a light engagement, do you go follow them? Like, what is your, you know, social media cycle? Are you tracking that growth and not just reach, but like your followers? Are you tracking your DMs? Are you tracking who's saving your content? And are you going to engage with them? Because those are probably like quiet, cold leads that you could probably nurture and build a relationship with. A coach of mine was talking to me recently and she was telling me, she's like, you'd be so proud. I have a social media bestie. And it's someone who was engaging with another account that she had. And she was engaging with like another account with this woman's. And like they started chatting in the DM and they realized they had so much in common. And So this is my client who is a coach. She's also my coach, and she's amazing. And she she's like, I invited her to my group, and she's like passing my information to people that she knows. And it's all like the magic of social media and the connections that we build. Like when she was telling me this story, and I'm probably like leaving out so many parts because I don't, whatever, but it's the magic of social media. And this is the thing that I've loved about social media. And I've been on social media for a really flippin' long time. Like I joined Facebook like a week after I turned 21 back in 2004. And I was like, I remember telling all my friends, like, guys, you got to get on this new platform. And, it allowed me to, have some stalkery tendencies. I won't tell those stories. But, but connecting with people that I knew on campus and that I wanted to connect with. And then as Facebook grew, like it allowed me to stay in touch with my cousins that I like never saw. And it allowed me to stay in touch with, people that I've worked with over the years that like I've lost touch with. So like it builds that connection and it builds community. Like there's a lot of shit around social media. Like, let's be honest. And sorry to be a little vulgar there. There's a lot of things that are imperfect about the social media space. Algorithms that are trash, the echo chamber, the uncensored hate speech, the ability for anyone with a keyboard to just be hateful and vile. Like, I hate that. But on the other side, it gives a lot of people safe spaces that they didn't have before. And it builds so much connection. And it's just, when I hear stories like that, and when I see things like my client going viral and then being like really flippin' excited about it for a hot minute, it really reminds me why I love so much what I do. So when you're looking at your content, I want you to ask yourself, how is this moving my needle? Is it helping me grow? Is it helping me be seen? Is it connecting with the right people? And on that note, the masterclass is starting this week. There is still time to join. I will totally allow people to join up until probably this upcoming Friday, this is going live on the 14th. So by like the 18th, please join. If you need some clarity, book a strategy session. If you want to ideate on content, if you need to deep dive into your audience, these are the things that I love doing during my strategy sessions. And if you want a content audit, I offer those too. I don't usually promote them, but I offer them. So I will leave those links in the show notes. And if this episode helped you shift your mindset and kind of reappreciate all of the amazing things that social media can do for us as business owners, leave a review, share it with your business bestie who's always discouraged by the algorithm, because I get it. The algorithm is like the biggest piece of trash sometimes. And until next time, go forth, create amazing content that's working for your business, not just trying to go viral, but that stops the scroll.